So I find it hilarious how Andrew Tate says, we gotta escape the Matrix and all this bullshit that he takes from a science fiction movie and then tries to apply it into real life. Not even that, with how much this guy hates trans people, you would think that he would hate the Matrix, seeing as that the ladies who wrote it are both trans. I'd like to think though that they have no idea about any of this, and the second someone tells them, they're going to act like Peter from Family Guy when they find out.
The brothers who made the Matrix are ladies now! They're ladies!
Just one of them?
That's the thing! It's both of them! What are the chances?
Like, for what kind of people they are, embracing the Matrix as your personality is like someone who hates gay people having Lady Gaga be their favorite artist. I'm gonna be like, why is no one questioning why he's calling us little monsters? That's gayer than him liking Lady Gaga. But regardless, the Tate brothers have got kids everywhere trying to embrace, I gotta escape the Matrix mentality. And it's like, dog, the only Matrix you guys are stuck in is trying to graduate so you're not held back year after year like the retard you are. If we brought back the show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? We wouldn't even need adults to compete. A 6th grader who watches Andrew Tate is already dumber than his classmates by default. And I can maybe understand kids liking this whole manly thing he's got going on had he not been charged with some of the worst sex crimes a person could be charged with that isn't murder sex murder. And this has been something that has been attached to the Tate's name for 10 years now, starting back in 2015 when he was arrested after 2 women accused him of rape the year prior. He was then arrested again for the same thing, this time having sent messages where he says, I love raping you. And it's like, god damn dog, not even Hitler specifically said he wanted to kill the Jews. He left it up for interpretation. He's like, I never said anything. You guys are the one who said that. He then tried to act like everything was normal until he appeared on the TV show Big Brother and someone was like, I know that guy. That's the guy who specifically texts what crimes he committed to the victim that he committed the crimes on. And then he was kicked off the show. Unfortunately though, in 2019, after a 4-year investigation, the Crown Prosecution Service denied to file charges for any of the allegations for sexual violence and physical abuse, stating that the evidence did not meet our legal tests. Did they want a video of her getting raped along with the message? Like, this would be more shocking to me had I not looked up more information about the Crown Prosecution Service and found out that they have a history of being bribed and not prosecuting people who have sexually assaulted someone because of their status. Now, I'm not saying Andrew Tate is considered royalty, but taking into account how much money he has, it's not crazy to think that he paid his way out of this. Many people have done it before. But after 2 years of nothing, in April of 2022, the US Embassy in Romania received a report that an American citizen was being held against her will in a property owned by the brothers. Police then raided this quote-unquote webcam studio where they found 4 women. 2 of them said they were being held against their will. The other 2 were like, first time in a raid, huh? First time here? You look like it. You were scared the whole time I was here. It's kind of weird. But even after these 2 girls told the police that they were literally being held against their will, the brothers were interrogated and released, being treated as witnesses rather than suspects. So already you can see what kind of people are running this country. They're like, did you guys know that there were women being held against their will on your property? And Andrew Tate's like, wow, that's crazy. You guys better find out who did this because me and my brother do not condone this type of behavior. You said on our property? In our house? Oh my god! But then in December of the same year, the big arrest happened that we all know them for, where the brothers and 2 women were arrested and accused of human trafficking and basically forcing girls to make OnlyFans accounts as well as accounts for other sites as part of a sex trafficking group they formed in 2021. While they were being held in jail awaiting trial, they kept getting denied bail and the court kept postponing their trial date until they were eventually released on house arrest in August 2024, where they acted like they were just 2 brothers being poorly mistreated by the government and not 2 brothers who have been poorly mistreating women for years.
I've seen lots of girls sticking up for me, lots of people defending me. I've not seen a single person stand up and say that I have hurt them, not one.
After that house arrest order was lifted, as you guys know, they made a trip down to Florida after some people from the Trump administration were like, you like grabbing girls by the pussy too? Then come on down because we have a guy you'll like. Thankfully, this was just a temporary thing and they still have to go back to Romania. And still, with all this being attached to who they are, kids are like, I can't wait till I'm older so I can escape the Matrix like Andrew and Twistin. Go smoke some you fucking pussy. But coming to America as an alleged sex trafficking criminal probably wasn't the best idea, because in March of this year, the Florida Attorney General initiated a criminal investigation into the Tate brothers following their arrival in the state. Now, I'm pretty sure nothing is going to come from this investigation, seeing as that they were only there for a week. But trust me, with these two, even the slightest piece of incriminating evidence can go a long way. And apparently, it's going to go even longer, because as of today, the UK has charged them collectively with 21 new charges. For Andrew, he has 10 charges, including rape, actual bodily harm, human trafficking, and controlling prostitution for gain. While Tristan has 11 charges, which consist of rape, actual bodily harm, and human trafficking related to one woman. Now, just going off these rape charges, each of these carries a sentence of 4 years each. So off top, they already got 40 years waiting for them each. The sex trafficking one depends on the severity, but who cares? They're almost 40, and being released when you're 80 is already punishment enough. But just for the sake of everything, the other charges of actual bodily harm have a maximum sentence of 5 years, so depending on how many of these they're actually charged with, both of them are looking at least 50 plus years, plus whatever the length is for the charges they have back in Romania. Why anyone would look up to these guys needs to be studied by our brightest minds ASAP before any more of our youth gets tainted. Like, there are people who are going to see this and be like, W, that's a W, he's so red-pilled for this. Like, this post right here used this picture, and someone in the replies is actually like, of course you use this photo. They're bad they didn't pick a more flattering picture to talk about some alleged sex trafficking rapists. Go back to selling your weed NFTs, you fucking loser. But yeah, guys, they were arrested back in 2022, so it's only a matter of time before we find out what happens to them. Until tomorrow, peace.